All right, boys and girls. So I'm going to start doing, I guess, what you would call like a weekly update of, what it's like to do my job as a Ferris demo guy. Because, I don't know, some people seem to be interested in it. It's like, okay, whatever. And I've had a few people that, like in the social media realm, like when we're talking and whatnot, they're like, bro, you should do YouTube and whatnot, and, talk about what you do, through the week, and, visiting dealers, doing demos, anything that you may have picked up on throughout the week, anything cool, whatever it is. So, moving forward, I'm going to try and capture as much as I can, like some of the cool things that are going on, some stuff that's happening throughout the week, highs and lows or whatever it is, and try and do a weekly thing. So try and post something every week on YouTube. So we'll see how it goes. Trying to scale that. The past 2 years we have I got an arrow. The past 2 years went really well on social media, Instagram and Facebook, looking at like 16,000 followers on Instagram and 18,000 or something on Facebook, and I think I got like 4,000 on TikTok, but I don't do a lot on TikTok, and I got a whopping 30 on YouTube, so that's really cool. So hopefully we can scale that up and turn that into something cool. Obviously the whole point of doing the whole social media thing is to help me sell, right? So like whenever I initially started with Briggs & Stratton, which owns Ferris, in December of 22. So this would be, I recently hit my 2-year anniversary with Briggs. I had actually like deleted everything, like Facebook, Instagram, like, dude, I'm spending way too much time on this, just like doom scrolling, watching a bunch of crap that's like not providing value to my life, you know what I mean? And when we started, they were like, or when I started, they were like, look, we want you guys to, be on Facebook and Instagram and post about what you're doing, like get your face out there, and hey, we're demoing, talk about the product, and all the things. I'm like, well, if I'm gonna do this, like I'm gonna go balls to the walls with it, and I did, and here we are. So we're gonna, and it's so funny because like literally this morning I was talking to Maddie, my fiance. I was like, dude, New Year's resolutions are so stupid. Like, people like never do them. You know what I mean? And I guess like you could almost say that 2025 resolution is to try and scale a YouTube channel. So I was kind of talking crap about myself, I guess. But here we are. We'll try to do the weekly update on what's going on, whether that's dealer visits, demos, sales, all the things that are, come with the job. So stay tuned, try and stay on top of it, and hopefully I can teach somebody something and provide some sort of value to someone, and hopefully someone reciprocates that same stuff back to me. And at the end of the day, if not, it's all good. And I will say something, and like as we're going through this, I'll try and share like cool things that I see or learn throughout the week, because there's a lot of drive time involved with this job. So like, for example, I recently relocated back to Hickory, North Carolina from Chattanooga, and I cover the state of Tennessee, I cover Alabama, I cover Georgia, and I cover South Carolina, and I got a little bit of the western half of North Carolina. So a lot of travel. So like today, it is Sunday. Don't throw me on the bus. I'm looking at my phone, looking at two phones. It's Sunday, January the 5th, and I got to go all the way to almost to Memphis, Bells, Tennessee. So that's like 8 hours, right? So plenty of podcasts and such in between. So I'll try and drop some tidbits of info and insight there. But I did see something the other day on social media, and it was a dude talking about how, if you like your job and you're passionate about your job, which that is me, he's like, you should just start a social media account or a YouTube channel or whatever, and just get on there and like start talking about what you do at your job. Like, people are going to care. And pretty much like what he was getting at is like, every social media post that you make is a free lottery ticket. And I was like, that is interesting. You know, he's like, look, dude, I never thought that I'd be here with this, you know, however many followers these guys, like getting paid, getting partnerships and blah, 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 all the things. He's like, dude, every social media post that you make is a free lottery ticket. Like, you're just like one video away from absolutely going viral, you know? And that resonated, because I was like, bro, that is true. Now, I haven't had any viral videos with my face in it, and you know, Maddie is continually like, look, you need to get one that goes viral with your face in it, right? Like, I had one on Instagram that went for like 8 million views or something. It was just like the AC cab, which is sick, you know. And I've had like multiple million view videos and whatnot. Actually, I did have one that went for like 200,000 on Facebook with my face in it. But that, I was like, dang, this dude is right, because like, all it takes like one video and you're viral and everybody knows who you are, and now like all of a sudden you're like an influencer, right? I'm like, dude, that's true. So, you know, if you're considering doing something along those lines, you know, some sort of content creation page based off whatever your passion is, or, you know, your job or whatever it is, like, dude, just do it. Like, who cares? Obviously there's going to be somebody that's like talking crap about you somewhere, whether you're doing the social media stuff or not. And if you are doing it, hopefully they're watching it and talking crap, because then they're like, you know, providing that value on your algorithm because they're viewing it. You know, it's like, that's one of the funniest things, like with people that are on social media that are not trying to make content, like on your post talking crap, or, you know, whatever they're doing, you're like engaging with your post. You're like, please God, continue to talk crap about me and brew these arguments under these videos, because it is helping me. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's kind of funny. So, but yeah, so we'll continue to try and gather some stuff throughout the week, and then we'll try and post something on Saturday or Sunday. So stay tuned. Also, give a brother a follow, right? Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. It's the same as the YouTube. It'll be at Ferris Mowers _ Colton Medlin, right? For the most part, if you type in Ferris or Colton, I'll probably pop up. But yeah, dude, give me a follow and stay tuned. We'll see how it goes. Yeah. All right, so we made it on our 5-hour journey. Who am I lying? It was like 8 hours. It was an 8-hour journey from Hickory to Jackson, Tennessee. And it rained like half the way, so I'm freaking tired. But look at this, right? So I had that happen last year, and the truck was out of warranty then. It was over 100,000 miles. There's only 40,000 miles on this truck, right? And I don't know if you know, are familiar with the diesel stuff, but whenever that diesel filter gets full, dude, trying to go up a hill is like fighting for your life, bro. Like, no lie. And like, I don't even have any mowers in the back of this thing right now. So, and like, I'm going through the middle of Tennessee, like between Nashville and Knoxville is just like rolling hills, right? Bro, this thing was just struggling to get up the hill. It's so annoying. So, I mean, if anybody has any, like, you know, insight on how to make that not happen, you know, that'd be cool. Because I know you're not supposed to leave the truck idling, like, for an extended period of time. And I typically try not to do that because of what happened last year. And I know that, what's it called? I know that you're not supposed to shut the unit off. Not the unit. I'm talking about lawnmowers. I know that you're not supposed to shut the truck off, like, if it's doing its regen process, because that'll mess it up too. And I don't shut it off if it's ever doing the regen. And somebody told me one time that if you ride with the exhaust brake on or the Jake brake, that'll help kind of like burn it out, like as you're driving down the road and whatnot, which obviously has not helped with this truck because, like I said, there's only 40,000 miles on it. It's already getting that flash. So like, I mean, under normal circumstances, like with this truck, there's been times where I've had a 3300 60, a Z360, an FB3000 stand-on blower, and an FW45 in the back. Like the 3300, the Z3, the stand-on blower, the FB3000 in the trailer, and then the FW45 walk behind in the back bed of the truck. And dude, I'm talking like going up the hills, you just stomp that thing and it's climbing, right? It's pretty sweet. But like with this, nothing in the truck, like nothing in the trailer, empty, and it's struggling to get up the hill. So it's like, dude, it's pretty annoying. And then I made a post about what's it called? I made a post about a guy who had deleted his truck, and then somebody told me that some of these government vehicles don't have the DPF stuff or DEF stuff. I'm like, dude, is that another case of the rules for thee and not for me? That's just messed up. So anyways, we'll get at it tomorrow, Monday, dealer trainings. Let's get it. All right, here we go. It's Monday. I think it's the 6th. It's snowing out here. We're in Jackson, Tennessee. You've got to go do some dealer trainings and whatnot. So mainly when we're doing our dealer trainings, for the most part, we're just building relationships. But we are also updating the dealers on any sort of new stuff that we got, new products, updates to products, new SKUs, you know, all the good things. And, you know, reiterating my role specifically. Hey, my job's to help you sell. Help me help you sell, you know? I work for you, essentially. So that's kind of how I go about it. And for the most part, so far, it's been working pretty good. I mean, heck, if I was a dealer and I had, it's gonna get shaky here for a second. If I was a dealer and I had some dude that worked for the manufacturer come up in there talking about, hey man, I work for you, I'll help you sell stuff, I think I'd be all over that. But that's just me. We also have our weekly staff meeting with our product specialist team at 9 Central Time. So in about 10 minutes. So yeah, we'll get after it. Have a good one. All right, I also said that I would provide some updates and or tidbits of information that I see and find throughout the week. Woke up this morning and the stock market is raging. Microsoft announced that they're going to invest $80 billion into chips to continue the AI race. So I still think we're in probably the second or third inning of this thing. It's going to be a tough call to pick specifically software companies who are going to win this race. I think, in my opinion, your best bet is to pick the guys that are building the shovels to dig the gold, if that makes sense. So your chip makers, your chip designers, right? NVIDIA, ASML, Taiwan Semiconductor, advanced micro devices, and then any sort of plays that revolve around those data centers. So, you know, the guys that make the things that cool these data centers, the guys that make the switches that help the chips, you know, communicate with each other. I'm not like super in depth on how all this stuff works, but I know that we are at the beginning of a digital revolution, and I don't want to get left behind. I remember I was telling people, like, bro, you got to buy some of these chip stocks after AMD or after NVIDIA jumped like 25% after their earnings like last year, and that would have put them at like, I want to say like $30 or $40, and it's at 140 something now, right? So buy and hold. I don't know what to tell you. All right, so we did, I can't remember, I think we did 5 dealer trainings today. You know, normally 15, 20 minutes. I get in there, get it done. But so like I'm pumping gas or diesel, and I mean the thing was about empty, you know, so I knew it was gonna take a long time. And then you got some tanks that are pumping longer than others. Dude, I'm sitting here typing CRM notes, and I'm like, dude, this is taking like so long, you know what I mean? And I look out and I look at the thing, and I know it's a 28-gallon tank in the truck, and I look out and it's like 32, and I'm like, oh no, you know what I mean? Look at this. I look out and it is just all down the side of the truck. I mean, it had to pump 4 gallons going down there, you know? So like I went in there and I was like, look, I ain't upset, you know. I'll talk to my manager about it and tell him what the deal is. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a business expense, right? And the company pays for it. But, you know, just FYI, like, whenever that thing gets done pumping, quote unquote, and the tank's full, it ain't stopping. So, you know, I just pumped 4 gallons, almost 4.5 gallons of diesel fuel, like right in the ground. So just FYI, like, y'all might want to get that fixed for, you know, the main reason, like, somebody comes and does that and they run their card up, they're going to be hot. Because I sure would be hot. Because, I mean, you're talking $3.50, $4 a gallon for diesel. And, you know, not to mention, like, yeah, that is, to say the least, a safety concern. So, and, you know, they're, like, just kind of looking at me like, yeah, whatever. I'm like, okay, well, there's this diesel fuel all over the ground. So, anyways. But a successful day with dealer trainings. Talking to our guys about, you know, quick, I go in there and I'm like this. Look, we got a dealer training. We got some product updates. I'm going to blow through this with you real quick. Here the dude is right here. What's up, bro?
Yeah, so all of this came
all that's diesel fuel, bro.
God damn.
It's like 4 gallons. Yeah, so like I said, I don't really care, but bro, if I had to pay for that, I would be hot. You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, it's all good. No worries. Take it easy, bro. I just go in there, I'm like, look, we got some upgrade or updates to the product. Let me hammer this out. Let me send it to you so you can review as needed, and I'll get out of your face. And, you know, they're pretty appreciative of that because, you know, I got stuff to do. Y'all got stuff to do. Let's get it done and gone. And then I go in there and I'm like, I reiterate, like, hey, make sure you utilize your product specialist, AKA me, as much as possible, because this is a free tool for you, and it would be silly not to do that. And also, like, hey, you know, let's continue to establish and grow our presence online, because it's going to help us grow as a brand. It's going to help you grow as a dealer. And I tell them straight up too, because I try and be straight up with these dudes. And straight up, like, it's going to help me grow too. So, like, go on there, reshare the Ferris content, reshare any of the product specialist content. It's like, in the whole scheme of things, we know that y'all aren't going to put in the time to create this content, which is perfectly fine. It's just like, look, let me help you help yourself. Just go on there, make a couple clicks, reshare it, let everybody know that you're selling Ferris, and it's going to help everyone involved, you know. So it's really a win-win-win situation. We always like those. So we'll hammer out the rest of them tomorrow, I think, in Nashville, and then we'll head back home to Hickory and get some on the way back through there, and, you know, we might tap into some of them in Knoxville and whatnot. So far, successful week. You know, you just got to get in there, get the dealer trainings done, so that whenever all the units come in, get touched down, we're ready to do as many demos as possible and sell as many lawnmowers as humanly possible. Because like I said, like, to these dudes, it's like, yes, I get paid a salary, but I get paid a commission too. So, you know, daddy likes to get paid extra, you know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, they're telling me to get out of the way so I can throw salt and stuff on it. But, and anyways, like, and since I'm rambling a little, you know, touching on, like, my role as a product specialist, like, yeah, my job is to go out and demo our equipment and, like, find these leads, whether they're, you know, preferably the municipalities and commercial cutters, but we do some homeowners and stuff too. But, like, what I'm getting at is, like, other brands don't do that. Like, they don't have guys specifically designed to demo the products and whatnot. So when you go in there to these dealers and you take their leads and or are handing them off leads for sales, that really forges a very strong relationship with them. It's like, hey, this dude is not messing around, you know what I mean? Like, he's trying to help us get paid and whatnot. So, like, you go in there, you do the dealer training, you introduce yourself, you forge a bit of a relationship, and then, like, as you're moving forward, as they throw you leads and or you throw them leads, then it's like, okay, this guy's real deal about this. He's really actually trying to help us sell product, rather than just, I mean, I guess one would say just like checking a box or whatever. So it's something that is very beneficial to our dealer base, and for the dealers that utilize us, they really see the benefits. And for the dealers that don't utilize us as much as they could and or should, they don't see the benefits, which is like, I just don't understand like why a dealer doesn't use a product specialist to the full ability. Because it's just like, brother, I am an outside sales rep for you that gets paid by the factory. You don't have to pay me to do anything. All you have to do is give me the contact information. I will call them, I will set the stuff up, I will go out there and give them the demo, the professional walkthrough that they need, let them cut the grass, make them feel special, all the good things, and then I hand them back to you on a platter. It's as simple as that. So like, some of our dealers don't like utilize that, and you know, that's okay, but I can be very confident whenever I say I would be utilizing that as much as humanly possible. So I'm off my soapbox now. All right, guys, just going to give a quick recap of the week. Didn't take any videos yesterday. Was super busy, just trying to get done with as many dealers as I could in the Knoxville area, because I knew that the storm was coming. And last thing I wanted to do was to be caught in the snow pulling a trailer with a truck that was having power issues, especially since I would be going from Knoxville to Hickory, which means I would have had to go through Asheville, but I-40's washed out. So I got to go around my elbow to get it to my butt, and I got to go through BFE. So finished most of the trainings. You know, obviously, as I'm driving through or like, you know, doing these things, I'm like, dang, man, I should have been showing these dealers like, you know, as I'm getting out of the truck, showing the dealers, you know, hey, this is the dealer, we're here, and blah, blah, blah. So moving forward, I'll do that. I didn't want to start doing that in one of those markets. And like, I guess one would call like showing favoritism, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, and obviously like as it warms up and we start getting into what's it called, doing actual demos and whatnot, I'll be obviously taking videos of that and trying to see what I can mix into the videos, like getting feedback from end users, you know, what they like, what they didn't like, how our product compares to other products that they are using and or have used before. Quick update on the truck. Whenever it's initially flashed the, you know, hey, your DPF filter's full, I was like, crap. And then it went away the next day, and then, you know, by Friday it's coming back. So I'm going to drop that truck off on Tuesday and get that looked at. So I'll get, I just don't want to be dealing with that like as we're going into the thick of the season. It's January 10th right now, so I mean, we're still kind of down and whatnot in terms of like actually demoing mowers, but you know, I don't need to be running into, or I need to try to avoid as many issues in terms of equipment as possible right now, get ahead of that stuff moving forward. And then like at the beginning of the video, like I said, as I'm driving and whatnot, I'm listening to the podcast and, you know, trying to stay up to date with markets and blah, blah, blah. So just some updates on some things that I like to try and keep up with. You know, if you follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you know, I like to be in the market. So XRP, that's a big one I'm liking right now. And anything to do with like the chip sector. So obviously your AMD or your NVIDIA. I like AMD right now because it's just been getting beat down, and I don't think it's really for good reason. They did have the CES, the Consumer Electronics Show, this past week, and Jensen, who is the CEO of NVIDIA, was displaying a lot of products there. So like I said, if you're going to be picking stocks, you know, that's risky business anyways. You need to be doing your research and whatnot. But I think your best bet in terms of trying to pick stocks in that specific sector, like semiconductors and whatnot, you know, pick the shovels, right? The chips, who makes the chips, who designs the chips, right? If you're going to go try and pick in software companies, risky business, right? Because, you know, there's a lot of variables that go into that. But, you know, if you pick in software companies, you could make a lot, you could lose a lot. And then some things that I saw, like on a specific podcast that I listened to this week, it was the Andrew Huberman podcast with Jordan Peterson. And then there was two things that really stuck out to me on that one. And this is a quote, and this one was from Mr. Peterson. I don't know if you're familiar with him. If you're not, I suggest you do get familiar with him, because he is all, you know, look into him. And here's the quote. It's the pathway appears when the aim is firmly in mind. So essentially he's saying, if the aim is up, the path will manifest, right? So, you know, he's essentially getting at is like, you need to figure out what your aim is, no matter what, you know, industry you're in or whatever it is. Figure out the aim, and as you think about that aim and where you want to go, the pathway is going to come open. And like I said, and whatever the aim is, eventually that's going to dominate what you're thinking about. So, you know, whether it's good or whether it's bad, you need to make sure that the aim is good, in my opinion. And, you know, as you're thinking about whatever that aim is that you're going towards, it's going to dominate, and then the path will eventually come open, you know. So you got to have faith in that. And then another one, he was talking about the idea of adventuring into new things. So if you hearken to the voice that takes you out of the zone of comfort voluntarily, putting yourself on the edge of adventure, you'll be following instinct that has already evolved to make your life a blessing, successful, and to maximize the probability of success. So essentially what he's saying is, don't get too stagnant. Don't get too content. You know, you need to be thinking about like, is that kind of scary? Yeah. You know, when you start going on these adventures and whatnot, no matter what you're doing, I would suggest that you keep that something positive in your life. You know what I'm saying? That's just going to raise the probability of you being successful. So that's two things that stuck out with me. I'm going to try and get this video up soon, and I'm going to do my best to continue to stick to doing the updates of the life of a demo guy. I think that's what I'm going to call it. So, yeah, look forward to it. Let's get it.